You don't need to change anything about your behavior. There is no activity that is more or less godlike than any other activity. Rather, if you want to remember your true identity, if you want to awaken, then simply do exactly what you do right now in your day-to-day life, but slowly. When you wake up and wash your face, feel the brush of your fingers across your skin. When you make your morning coffee, take in the aroma of the espresso beans. Hear the delicate lapping of the water as you pour it over the filter. Because awakening isn't about changing your behavior. It's not about perfecting some aspect of the human in order to be worthy of some final atonement. Rather, all that awakening is confronting the true intention behind your behavior. And by confronting the energy that you're bringing into every activity you have, your behavior changes naturally. When you're willing to engage with things slowly, rather than simply trying to get from one task to the next, it becomes very clear why you're doing something. It becomes clear the ways that you distract yourself, the ways that you try to pull your attention away from sitting with the physical sensations in the body. It becomes clear if you're doing an activity as an extension of love for yourself or as an extension of lack. It becomes clear if you're engaging with a situation because you enjoy it, because it feels natural, spontaneous, true, or if you're doing it because you think you need to run away from something to be happy. You think you need to avoid some state of mind, or conversely, you think you need to cultivate some state of mind. You confuse this state of mind for happiness. You confuse the symbols of your activity for the substance of your inner life. And all that spirituality, all that awakening is understanding the difference between symbols and substance. Understanding the truth of your intentions with each and every activity, every word that you speak, the simple way that you embody yourself both at home and in public. And through this understanding of the truth of yourself, of why you engage with certain things a certain way, of why you participate in one activity and not another, you can make informed decisions about how you want to live your life. And the information that guides those decisions does not come through some mental image of what the perfect human looks like, does not come through some imagination of what it means to be awake versus asleep, but rather comes from a natural inclination of what's true from you. Because instead of living in your mind, which is only capable of analyzing the pros and cons of a situation, of living in the past or living in the future, you live through the heart, and as such, live in the present moment being the very lighthouse that guides you to the home you've never left. And as you live life slowly, with an openness and an authenticity that is unconditional and independent of any circumstance, outcome, or temporary state of mind, every subtle way in which you've undermined your own ability to be happy becomes burned up in the fire of this awareness. There is only one spiritual practice, and that practice is simply to return to the heart, to return to the truth that you have always known, but have been desperate to cover up through activities, states of mind, limiting beliefs about yourself, because you think it is too uncomfortable or too pointless to sit with yourself and simply allow emptiness to dance through your being. So my message for you is that there's nothing you need to do to change your behavior, to be worthy or capable of awakening, but rather to do exactly what you do right now, but to do it ever so gently, with the lightest of touches, and allow your inner voice as such to guide you to higher and higher forms of your own self, the self that you've always been, but have obfuscated through these limiting beliefs that ever since you were a newborn baby have been layered on top of you, these little sediments of limitations pushed on you by your culture, by your parents, by your very DNA even. You are entirely capable and deserving of this. The only thing you need to understand is that happiness is your birthright. And happiness does not need to be displaced to some future projection, some far-off state, some enlightened being that you think you're not. But rather, happiness is both the essence and the container of what you are. Happiness is everything you have ever wanted and everything you have ever been.